Winning a game feels nice, doesn't it? I like winning. Winning's fun. I haven't experienced that enough this season. The Giants win 25-3 versus the Carolina Panthers. If you are new to this podcast, welcome. I am Josh, and I am joined by my co-host, as always, Alex. We are here to discuss your Giants news, your Giants recaps, and previews throughout the season, and obviously the off-season content if we're able to survive up to that point. But for right now, we have a win on our hands. We have a win to talk about, and we don't need to get too ahead of ourselves with the Giants making the playoffs or anything of that nature, because we will sit here and have a nice chat about this team. Alex, I'm happy. You know what? I think this is a good start to something that has already started, so I don't even know why I'm saying that. We're literally almost halfway into the season. This team has 2 wins. It's happy to, it's a good day to win. And obviously recording this the day after. Little scheduling error on our ends. We weren't able to record last night, basically. And so we're here anyway. Alex, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm happy that we won a game. It feels good. And now we just got to win another game. And then hopefully another game and another game. And then I'll be content. But as of right now, there was positives. Obviously, it's been quite a while. We've gotten wins recently, right? We've seen wins here and there in the past few years as Giants fans. But I don't think we've ever seen a game where we've held a team to 3 points like we did against Carolina. So I was very happy about that. The defense, I don't know what happened. Did Pat Graham decide to gain weight again, maybe turn back into his old self? Just kidding. But yeah, the defense really came back to play, and I was very impressed by them, especially Azeez Ojulari. Have his stat line right over here on my dandy little notepad over here. Azeez Ojulari, 2.5 sacks, 8 QB pressures, and 4 tackles for loss. So very impressive from him. And that brings him up to 4.5 sacks for the season. And hopefully maybe he can get to that number 10 pretty soon. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, and that's all I wanted to mention about the defense. But yeah, great performance, mostly. And I was pretty content other than Nate Solder.
Talk about a way to get canceled, Alex. You're really getting yourself on a track to get there.
What happened?
The Patrick Graham joke. That's pretty close to that.
I was just all right. I'm not fat shaming anyone.
No, although
good on him though. Very impressive.
I don't know where that goes.
I don't understand. We got to talk about this now.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You said Patrick Graham decided to gain weight again, turn into his old defensive coordinator self. I get the joke. I just think that could very well turn into a cancel situation for you. I'm not canceling you, but
this isn't good.
You know where that can go.
All right, we're going to cut that area out then. It's happening.
We're not cutting that area out. That's staying right in, as well as
coming
this.
Right out.
Nope.
Well, it actually can't come out because it can't come out for the YouTube video. Damn it.
Nope, staying right in, just like this is. I guess we'll point out the obvious here. Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, Daniel Beckham Jr., by Kadarius Toney. And now, as Giants fans call him, Daniel Beckham Jr. with a one-handed grab in that game and then right into contact was decent once again today. Or today. I keep on saying today like we're recording on Sunday. Yesterday was decent yesterday. And he played well. And if there's a bold, I was talking to Alex today, at lunch during school, and he said, if there's a bold claim that you want as a Giants fan to make out of this game, what are you doing, Alex? For the YouTube.
Sorry, I'm just dying because you had you kind of did it sounded like kind of what your mom does or your dad does when he gets they get upset and it's
yeah. Anyway, I don't know. You're dipping your head in shame over there. So basically,
I was just laughing.
Yeah. shoot, now I lost my place. Yeah, Daniel Jones. Basically, I was talking to Alex at lunch today, and he was saying, like, if there's one bold claim you could take out of this game, it's not that the Giants, like, can make the playoffs. It's that Daniel Jones could be very well the future of this football team, of this organization. And we don't have to pick up another one in the draft or trade for a quarterback, which is very unlikely in the first place. It would be draft a quarterback, but maybe that doesn't have to happen. Maybe we can keep Daniel Jones. Finally, I think myself, Alex, and Giants fans all around agree that for once in this man's career, we are behind him as a quarterback. 23 or 33, 203 yards, and just a touchdown throwing the ball. Rushing the ball, I thought Garrett actually had a good game. Obviously, we talk about it like this is the third game now, Alex, that we said Jason Garrett is calling offensive plays for his job. That game, I think, was another example as finally he uses Daniel Jones and his legs, doing a lot of, actual scripted plays of Daniel Jones faking a handoff and running right. A lot of QB like draws, a lot of QB runs. Now, that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm about to sneeze. Oh my God, it's coming. It went away. That was good. That worked out. What was I going to say? That doesn't.
I want to mention about the QB draws, actually, right? It's weird. It's either we don't see Daniel Jones run at all throughout a single game, like last week, or maybe it wasn't last week, the week before, whenever it was, and then we see him run 10 times. Like, is there not an in between? Is there not 5? Is there not 3? Is there not 7? Like, it's one. It's like drastic extremes. Like, I don't get it.
I have no idea. But I don't know. I mean, again, like I said, Jason Garrett is kind of fighting for his job at this point. But whatever. It is what it is. I was going to say RPOs, a lot of RPOs. So anyway, 8 rushes, 28 yards. It's 3.5 yards per rush. And obviously the catch that we all know of now, for 16 yards. He did well. One of the most bizarre scoring games, Giants-type games that we've seen in a long time. 5-3 at halftime. Them getting a safety on a what was it? What was the call? The poor call by Sam Darnold, basically throwing it right in front of his offensive lineman. But yeah, I just, oh my God, I'm trying to think of the call. It's whatever it is, intentional grounding, the intentional grounding on Sam Darnold. So basically that led to the safety, and then going to 5-3 at halftime, we weren't so confident. And then throughout that fourth quarter, went from a 15-3 lead, I believe, to a 25-3 lead. And confidence in Graham Gano, like always, and confidence in this Giants defensive line. And Alex has already mentioned it. Azeez Ojulari had a day. And so far this season has been getting better and better. I think that just proves the Georgia's defensive line. They produce really good defensive players. I think 2 of them with Zoe Carter and Azeez Ojulari, I believe, are both out of Georgia. So those are 2 guys that kind of just prove the good part of this defensive line. And finally, 3 games in a row now? Leonard Williams coming out of his little cage, releasing the lion as, his hair, I saw the comparison.
You're also going to get canceled for this now, by the way.
How?
I don't know. Continue.
That was just a lie. So coming out of his cage like a lion. What, because lions are in cages? Animal protection?
No, because the hair like a lion? I don't know.
Well, I think it was Talking Giants or Justin Pennick. They did the comparison of his hair and have you not seen that? That's a good thing. How am I going to get canceled for that? Like a defensive line comparison is I
don't know, man.
To a lion is like a good thing.
These are all things we're going to have to think about. Continue.
It's you that's getting canceled. Don't put this on me. I don't like that.
Well, if I get canceled, this whole podcast gets canceled. So we do have to think about it that way. But
anyway, as Alex does, who knows? This is on you. I'm not getting involved in this. This is what you said, not what I said. But anyway, Leonard Williams like a lion. Finally, 2 or 3 weeks of him making plays and doing well I'd like to see that, because when your defensive lineman gets paid a lot of money to do his job, you would hope that he produces on his end of things, and he was able to do that for what I think is the second week in a row. Williams, obviously, 1.5 sacks and also 1 tackle, 5 assisted. You also have James Bradbury getting an interception in this game. Now, looked like Sam Darnold on that play was seeing ghosts, but it was, we'll take it. And for a player to get it, James Bradbury being that player, I do think it's a very good thing. Obviously gets his confidence up, you would hope. Although, hasn't been too good this season. So hopefully that, I guess, turns it around for him.
I wouldn't say he's been as bad as some people are making it out to be. But, yeah, I mean, he certainly struggled this season, him and Adoree Jackson. Thought they both had pretty solid games. But yeah, I was impressed by the defense. I thought McKinney played very well. And and other McKinney, linebacker McKinney, also played very well. I'm blanking on his first name right now, but linebacker McKinney, you know who I'm talking about. Everyone knows who I'm talking about. Linebacker McKinney was very good, controlling that in the center of that defense there. So very good from him as well. I'm trying to think of his first name in my head while I'm talking, but it's just going to give up. I want to move to the offensive line, though, because that's – Josh, you have something to say?
Bernardrick McKinney.
Bernardrick McKinney. I was going to say Bernard, and I was like, no, it's not that, and there was going to be a problem. Anyway, with the offensive line, we saw lots of penalties, lots of illegal men upfield, lots of holds, lots of everything. Matt Peart, I want to, point this out, 0 pressures or sacks in the 38 snaps he had. Obviously, he was injured for a bit, so he didn't come in, or, he didn't play all the snaps. So a bit unfair to judge. It's not like he had a whole game, but still in the snaps he played, he did what he was asked. Nate Solder, just it's frustrating. It's terrible. It just needs to, solutions need to be found. Who's the guy, the other tackle? Cunningham, right? Let him start ahead of Nate Solder. My God, let him start. I don't think Nate Solder understands. We're not trying to, play like trees here. When you're an offensive lineman, you don't just stand there. You don't go like this and just stare and then, oh, Hassan Reddick, he just walked right past me. That's great. Oh, Danny Dimes is on his ass. That's great. I don't get it. What do the Giants coaches see? Yes, I understand he has experience, but the guy is clearly not playing good. Okay?
He's not performing. He's not performing.
No, anyone with 2 eyes, even 1 eye, can probably see that he is playing horrendously terrible.
Canceled.
Why? Oh my God. All right. Anyway, but yeah, terrible from Nate Solder, and just not good. But Hernandez was okay. Had a couple of weird missed picks and stuff from some of the defenders, but not bad from him. Billy Price struggled, I thought, and who played left guard? Skura was pretty average or solid from my eyes. Right? I'm not an O-line coach, but from the eyes of me.
Just discredit yourself, in any way
exactly.
possible.
From eyes of me.
So I would say on the receiving end of things, we do need to talk about 2 players individually. I would say those 2 players were Darius Slayton, coming back from injury these past few weeks being out. He came back, put up solid number, over 60 yards receiving. So I would like to just point him out. A good job by Slayton. And obviously we know Daniel Jones and him in his rookie year kind of connected together. They're 2 guys that really are a good pairing between each other. And then Evan Ingram. They pointed him out as the X factor in the broadcast, as the superstar. And I was like, why out of any player would this Fox broadcast be like, oh yeah, let's do Evan Ingram? They talk about that in the meeting as the guy to point out as a weapon in this Giants offensive line. And honestly, he showed it. He gave the broadcasters what they wanted, what they were kind of trying to prove throughout this broadcast. And that I just get really loud all of a sudden. Alex, every time, I swear to God, he makes this
because you stood up and you got like really, really close to the mic like that, and it was
you make that face every like 5 minutes of every podcast, and it's so annoying. But
people love it. People love the face.
But anyway, God damn it, you always throw me off, Alex. Yeah, I'm doing it again. I know, it's so funny.
Receiving Evan Ingram.
Yes. I thought he played well. He had a good game. He didn't drop so many balls today. That's a good thing. Thank you, Evan Ingram. Dante Pettis had a touchdown. Dante Pettis also threw the ball to Daniel Jones. So let's give a little credit to the quarterback, with one throw. And that's what I would like to say for the wide receivers. Colin Johnson, I know, was in there, a few, snaps in there. But while Sterling Shepard's been out, while Kenny Galladay's been out, these guys, they've been able to step in, make a difference, and I think it's a good thing. We've been able to actually do well somewhat. Let's not talk about this Rams game, the Rams game 2 weeks ago, right? That game happened. We all know what happened in that game. They stepped back. And you know what, Alex? I would like to say it's nice to win and know what winning feels like, but it's also nice when your team doesn't make you worry. After halftime, I was not worried at all about this game. Yeah, obviously there's some key plays here and there. The fourth downs by Matt Rule. You know how we talk about, Alex, how Joe Judge doesn't go for it on key fourth downs? Matt Rule is a different being. That man is the anti-Joe Judge, the opposite of Joe Judge, and it's insane, right? You flip Joe Judge around, that is Matt Rule. I think that we saw that today. God damn it, we saw that yesterday. And I thought that it was a key thing to point out. The guy went for it on fourth downs, at his own 30? I mean, unbelievable. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just it's funny seeing the polar opposites in humans and coaches. So for right now, Josh's coach's update. I feel like I should do this now for the rest of the weeks in this NFL season. Josh's coach's update. Patrick Graham has a job still. I don't think he's going anywhere after only giving up 3 points. And I forget the 2011 stat at the end of the game against the Philadelphia Eagles. The first time the Giants have scored 20 or more points with holding their teams to less than to 3 or whatever it was. It was a good stat. Cool stat. Great stat. Don't remember the stat. But Patrick Graham's still in a job for a while now, I think. Jason Garrett, again, coach for his job. I was about to say the other day, that time yesterday, and did well in the opportunity, stepped up. Can we keep on seeing more more running with Daniel Jones? Just keep it going. Not even more than 8 carries. Like 8 carries is perfect per game, but design QB runs. We can do more RPOs, good RPOs, not bad RPOs. Do the same thing over and over again. That's unsuccessful. We see other teams do it all the time. I do see also he likes to do a lot of motion. With John Ross as a wide receiving option because I guess he's fast. Every time we do a run play and halfback draw, he has John Ross cut across from right to left or left to right, go behind Daniel Jones, and then Daniel Jones snaps and hands it off to Booker. Saw that a few times in this game, even when they did play action as well. I don't know why you like to put it in motion, but use that motion. Do a jet sweep once every few plays. I don't know. There was also the really bad play. I think it was
not an Evan Ingram jet sweep, though. Not an Evan Ingram jet sweep. Oh my God.
An Elijah Penny jet sweep. What a man right there, getting first down to this Giants offense. And then
you think we should use? Why not? Why not? Right.
Big boy on the jet sweep might not be a bad thing. But the last thing I just wanted to point out with Matt Parrott on that one play where he was trying to help out Devontae Booker, but then just was right next to him as he got absolutely stuffed on one of those plays. That was not successful. Let's not do that again. Let's not have Matt Parrott be the reasoning for that. I do like to say though that with this poor offensive line in this past game, I know Alex had mixed feelings. I didn't think they played well, but Daniel Jones, that's the thing that we're able to see now. He's able to fight through it, right? We're talking about that he needs offensive linemen to kind of help him. The Giants didn't give him that in this draft. They gave him a wide receiver instead. That wide receiver hasn't been on the field. So he's adjusted. He's gotten better. He's been able to bounce out of the pocket and still play well. And he gets the ball off quick, man. When he wants to, when he's able to, he gets that ball off really, really fast. Threw an absolute dart to one of the wide receivers. I think it was John Ross. They should have clocked that. I wanted to get that miles per hour on that throw, but he's really adjusted, man, and he's done well. He's a good quarterback.
And also imagine, let's say we did draft someone like, let's say we had Andrew Thomas on the left. Let's say we had, oh my God, what's his name? What if we had someone like Rashawn Slater at right tackle? What if we then drafted Trey Smith or someone like that later in the draft? We'd have him at guard, Hernandez at guard, and then Nick Gates at center. Hopefully he doesn't get injured in this alternate reality. But you could have a much better line. I think you'd see a much better performance from Daniel Jones if that would be the case. And I think he'd be an even better quarterback if that were the case. So as much as he's, working around it, it's still definitely not ideal. And especially in the run game where Devontae Booker was getting about 1 inch of space. And sometimes there was players in the backfield before the ball was even handed to him.
Remember, we're taking in this Victory Monday like it's a Victory Monday. I think most of Giants Twitter, and especially us, are taking it laid back. We're kind of chilling. We're having a good time. It's a happy Victory Monday. We're taking a win because we got it. We're happy we got a win. The Giants still sitting last in the NFC East, right? We all got to take that into consideration. There are 3 It's crazy how this NFC East still looks pretty poor besides the Dallas Cowboys. The NFC East, 3 teams besides the Dallas Cowboys, meaning the Eagles, Giants, and Washington football team, all sit at 2-5. We're all together like a happy family after this last Sunday. And so if the Giants want to really pull it out, let's hope the Cowboys go on a bad streak and we go crazy and move up. But for right now, Washington, Philly, they still sit ahead of us, but we're all at 2-5. So we still have a chance in this division somehow. Not really, but somehow. We win all these.
Not to win it, but I think,
wild card. We get lucky with the wild card. No, we're not going to win it, obviously. The Cowboys have that. We knew that going into the season, Alex. We called them at number 1, but they have a chance for a wild. This is a wild card team somehow. I don't see it happening, but they have a chance.
It's not a wild card, but there's a very slim chance. There's a 10%, 5%, 4% chance, maybe. That's optimistic.
It could happen.
It could. To be fair, everyone else in the NFC is pretty weak. If you're looking at the second place teams, NFC West, you got the Rams at 6-1, you got Vikings at 3-3, and then you got Saints at 3-2. And obviously there's an extra wild card spot this year, so who knows, right?
Yeah.
Not happening, though.
Not happening. But the North, like you said, is pretty shallow, as well as the South. We're close to other teams in second place, right? We're close to other teams in second place unless you look at the NFC West. It's a different story. And that's just because the Cardinals are in that division. And wow, have the Cardinals been looking good. Cardinals and the Rams. Don't discredit the Rams. Seattle also would have been in that running if it wasn't for Russell Wilson going down, I think was a key factor with that. We'll see him tonight, Geno Smith. It's going to be exciting.
And if you look at our schedule, right, we got if you think about it like this,
Please don't do this schedule.
I'm doing it. Everyone wants to know. Hypothetically, if we beat the Chiefs, we got, a decently winnable game.
No,
there, right?
It's not
winnable.
There's no reason we should win that game against the Kansas City Chiefs as long as Patrick Mahomes is healthy, which it seems like he is. He just took a little knock in the last game.
Have you seen their defense? Have you seen
our offense against the Rams? That's a good team. What do we do?
Yeah, but they also have a top-tier defense.
The Chiefs are a good Alex. The Chiefs are a good team. You're talking about Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill.
I get it.
Tyreek Hill on James Bradbury. Patrick Mahomes escaping this defensive line. No one's going to catch him. We don't have someone fast enough on the defensive line. We're going to have
the Titans did, right? The Titans did.
We're going to have to blitz off the edge, right? You have to think about that. We're going to have to call McKinney and we're going to have to call Ryan in because you can't see Dexter Lawrence chasing and sacking Patrick Mahomes, right? The only person I could see on our defensive line that's going to chase and tackle Patrick Mahomes on a run is Azeez Ojulari, the guy who we just saw performing this past week.
Leonard Williams. Maybe Leonard Williams. He's got a little pep in his step.
He's not going to tackle Patrick Mahomes. This guy couldn't even tackle Matthew Stafford, right? He couldn't sack him. So
all I would say is I think this Chiefs team is not good, and I do think their record is actually pretty reflective of how good they are.
I mean, we'll have to wait for our preview later in this week and see what our score predictions are.
I'm not saying I'm going to predict them to win, but I think it's a winnable game.
Fine, go with your stupid schedule left thing.
All right, so You say you beat the Chiefs, you're at 3-5. You got the Raiders next. I think that again's a winnable game, but a very tough game again. And then you got Buccaneers, which I think there's no way we freaking beat them. I think they go undefeated for the rest of the season if I were to guess. And then you're looking at either a 4-6 situation-ish, funny. But then you got the Eagles and the Dolphins, two teams that are very tragic, Dolphins especially. You could see the Giants at 6-6 going into the Chargers. Who knows? Definitely not going to happen. Hypothetical. Enjoy. Everyone just got their 30 seconds of excitement there. Giants could be 6-6.
Yeah, I'm not getting any excited. What I'm getting
just for 10 seconds, just get excited. Just get excited.
What are your thoughts on the Bears though, Alex? They're not slowing down. I mean, they did get.
Well, the Bears just lost like 35-3, didn't they?
They're not slowing down on the. Well, I don't know.
Justin Fields is I feel bad for the guy. He's solid.
He's a question mark.
I think he's solid.
Oh,
I don't think he's anything
they
crazy.
did very much get absolutely pummeled. But
you also got to think about his offensive line is worse than the Giants' offensive line, and that's saying something. Almost.
Yeah. Matt Skura, best left guard.
Best left guard in the NFL.
You know what I thought was actually something that was also mentioned on the Fox broadcast that was good is that they talked about offensive linemen and how in this modern day NFL, it used to be taught that offensive linemen can play anywhere on the offensive line. That isn't the case anymore. That's what Joe Judge and this offensive line think that it is still in the NFL. Oh, yeah, we have Andrew Thomas. He can play left, right, whatever. Players are designed to play one position and one position only on the offensive line, and the Giants need to realize that sooner than later. They need to draft heavy offensive linemen. We keep on talking about this. I'm sure we'll go back to it in the offseason again, Alex. They haven't helped Daniel Jones with offensive linemen in the draft this past year when we wanted them to. When we wanted them to get offensive linemen in the first, the second round. They didn't do that. They went with other options, and look how it's working out with Kadarius Toney right now. Not saying the guy's a human joystick. We know that. He's great. But would you rather have an offensive lineman? This is something Alex has mentioned really since the draft, and it's something that really we need to talk about as a team. And that's
double O line first round next year. I'm on that train.
That might be a bit much, but
it won't happen. But I'm on the train.
I like your process. I like your mindset, and well, I mean, we also did draft an offensive lineman in the first round, and look what happened, right? So,
I mean, but yeah, one offensive lineman's not going to fix everything, is it, though?
No, but we had other options on the board.
And I still think Andrew Thomas, Tristan Wirfs was the pick, obviously, but I think Andrew Thomas behind him is probably still the pick.
But anyway,
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
See.
Wait, are you good to wrap this one up, by the way? I want to...
Yeah, in a second. I also wanted to mention how the commentators called Quincy Roche Quincy Roach, like a cockroach.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little bit offensive to not cockroaches. That's really mean. I'd say that's a little bit offensive to Roche. I was about to say it's offensive to cockroaches.
Canceled.
I was like, no, that's not canceled. But. Yeah, I was like, what? Like, I don't know. We've had people on here who've talked about like, oh, we've done this to prepare for the broadcast. Make sure to spell out the names correctly. Talk like, does he know something that we don't, or is like, because everyone I've heard has said Roche, so I'm confused.
You're right. What I just like to mention is the play-by-play and broadcasters we've had on was not the broadcasters of that game. So just.
Oh, I knew that. I made sure to do my research before I looked. I was like, yeah, you haven't come on, and I can bash you.
Take that consideration into account until we have whoever that analyst is on. But anyway, if you are watching on the YouTube, I would like to point out, hopefully, if it worked out successfully, we have a new background. Yay.
Yay.
No, I'm saying it in skepticism because I don't know if it's there.
No, it's going to work. Ready? So, wait. Down there is what's going to be down there? Down there is the Twitter.
Nope.
And yeah, it is.
I think you're talking. I think that's the wrong direction.
Down there is the Twitter.
No.
Yeah, it's right there. And then over here is the website.
Nope.
Okay.
Wrong direction.
No, that's it. No, I flipped it. I flipped it, Josh.
Oh.
Yeah, so the website's here. Twitter's there. Website, Twitter. Go check it out. Things are going great.
Oh, this is the wrong photo, too, anyway.
Yeah. That was the original mock, I think.
Yeah.
I'm a pro designer now.
Pro designer, Alex. Let's thank Alex. Thank you, Alex, for your...
Thank Canva. Real great tool.
For... Well, you did it, and you just took all your...
I did it. I'm a design... No, I'm saying it's a great tool. It was like... like... An artist still has their paintbrush.
Nope.
But it's still the artist.
Are you sure you flipped it? Because, again, even in your photo, it's still...
I'm pulling it up on my computer now to see. All right, here. Is it...
I mean...
No. It's right. Twitter here.
And Instagram.
Email. Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook.
Whatever. Facebook, TikTok. There.
All right. Let me...
Here. Website.
Okay.
All right.
But now we're just confusing everyone listening, and we're sounding stupid and wasting their time. So everyone listening, our Instagram and Twitter and TikTok is the Giant Take Pod. And Facebook. Everything's Giant Take Pod. I made sure to make everything one because there was a few different ones, and I just
we got a line.
all aligned. The Giant Take Pod. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Also, we now would like to, I would like to now...
What's happening?
I was about to say, we now would like to talk about what we're going to do for our preview. So...
Yes.
Yeah. So I have no idea where I was going to...
I thought that was going in a different direction. I didn't know where it was going.
No. So basically, obviously, which one?
Monday Night Football next week, so we will be adjusting the time.
Yes. Most likely, the episode will be coming out Saturday morning. So you can check it out then. And if not, we will obviously let you know when you see the episode that it is out. But look for it on Saturday morning because it'll most likely be out then. You have 3 days to prepare, listen, enjoy your Halloween football on Sunday. And that's all I got to say for that because that's going to be a fun, eventful day there. And subscribe. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your Giants win, right? Because we're able to get that, and I think that's something to look forward to. It's something to be excited about.
There might not be many more, so enjoy it while it lasts.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Josh, Alex, and hit the mic.
Sorry about that.
Luckily, I didn't
muted. You're only going to hear
face.
that on the. You're only going to hear that on the YouTube, on the actual audio. You're not going to hear
you can take that out? Well, anyway.
Yeah, I'll take it out.
Alex hit his mic, made a big bang. Alex, close us out, please.
All right. Thank you for listening to episode. It's 122 now, I believe, of the Giant Take podcast. I'm going out on a limb. Didn't even check. 122. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you on the preview episode Saturday morning or around then. Thank you. Peace.